Okay, the question is, why do I feel like I'm the better candidate to beat Zach Space? Well, it's not because I'm better funded. I believe this. As I told you earlier, I've been in Christian ministry over 20 years, and I've been pastoring the past 16 years. And what that means for me is this. I've basically given up my entire adult life for the service of people. That's what a congressional seat is. That's the problem. Most people that run for office don't understand that. A congressional seat isn't a job. It's not a place to go and legislate and work and build a pedigree and look for a greater opportunity for yourself. It's a place of leadership servanthood. It's a place for laying your life down for the sake of serving people, serving a state, a district, and serving your nation. Right now, the biggest problem with Zach Space is he's serving himself and serving people that are basically telling him what to do, like Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi. And when someone like myself steps up against an opponent and has a track record to say, I understand what servanthood is. If you want another attorney like Zach Space to represent you again, if you want somebody that's looking out for himself, that's working for himself, lining his own pockets, he's your candidate. But if you want somebody that cares about people, is going to listen to people, is going to work to fight to establish liberty and freedom as the Constitution has laid it out, and not look for their own future as much as they're looking for the future of the people, then I'm your candidate. And I believe that kind of a message from somebody that has lived it, I believe it resonates now, and I believe it's going to resonate then. And to be honest with you, whoever wins this primary is going to raise a whole lot of money. I don't think they're going to raise as much money as Zach, but they're going to raise enough. So it's going to come down to not the pedigree or not how qualified you are. It's going to come down to the content of your character, and that's what we need to get back to.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are sitting in the largest geographic district in the state of Ohio. And I stand in front of you as the only candidate who has teams on the ground in all 16 counties. I've raised money in all 16 counties. I've put over 25,000 miles on my car and done over 90 public events, including town halls right here in Coshocton and just last week in West Lafayette. We don't need somebody who's talking the talk. We need somebody who's walking the walk. And when Zach Space came home during the August recess and said, I'm a blue dog Democrat, I slowed down health care so I can talk to you. How many of you saw him during the August recess? We got one. That's the first one I met. Congratulations.
Captured in the lobby of the Times Reporter.
There we go. Give him a hand.
I asked him when he was going to have a town hall meeting.
And he said?
He said, I'm not going to. I'm going to do my telephone thing. And he went on to explain that.
And I went up in Dover in his backyard and did a town hall with over 400 of you there, including you, sir, correct?
Yes. And I said, you are a coward. You do not have the courage to look face to face with your constituents here in Tuscarawas County. And all the people that looked in there behind the counters, right in the main office, they were all looking at me. You imagine.
There you have it.
And he said, I've got an appointment with John Baker upstairs. I got to go. I said, I've been upstairs talking to John Baker for an hour.
There you go. All right. So I, during that August recess, held my first town hall. I've been doing them county by county since then. I will be in Vinton County this week, and I stood in front of crowds just like this, by myself, taking questions and concerns for 2 to 3 hours. In fact, when I did that August town hall, I said, come out with your questions and concerns, and we'll send those to Zach Space. And we did. We videotaped them, I dropped them in the mail, and when he wouldn't meet with you, I still let him hear your voices. So ladies and gentlemen, when I stand in front of you and tell you that I'm going to go there and represent you and your concerns, you can look at my track record because I'm already doing it here today. Thanks.
Well, this question really comes to the heart of it. But you see, I believe in you, the American people, because I believe if the American people are given the clear choice, they will choose freedom over tyranny every time. The problem is that most independents in this district think that Zach Space is a moderate, middle-of-the-road, blue dog Democrat who's a lawyer and been involved in politics. If we put a Republican in that lists all those things, what is going to encourage an independent to choose to kick him out of office and elect somebody else? We need to present somebody that is a clear, distinct choice to give voters the opportunity to say, this are two clear decisions. I'm going to vote for this to change rather than just vote for somebody because they have an R or D beside their name. I'm somebody that will not vote against the Constitution. You can check the voters guides at OH18.com. I will not vote against the Constitution to save a buck. I am a business manager. Jobs are a big area. I've been in business management 20 years. I know how to create jobs, and I know that the federal government, the only job federal government creates is a federal job. Usually what the federal government does is hurt jobs. And I'm completely different from Zach's space. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just an average person working a career and working a business like you. So I believe I present a clear difference, fundamentally from morals, fundamentally from believing in the Constitution, and fundamentally from our background. Because I believe the House of Representatives should be full of all kinds of people. And so I believe I present the clearest distinction from Zach's space. And if we are going to rally Republicans to motivate independents to vote for somebody, we cannot put somebody that is this close to Zach's space.
Thank you all. Our next question is from Marilyn Wiley. I'm playing favorites, Marilyn. Marilyn was my English teacher for many years. I'm a Reagan conservative. The Republicans had control and spent and spent and spent. What would you do to lower taxes, help with corporations, and curtail our open-ended entitlements? This time we'll start with Dave and work our way.
Wow. I'm going to be honest with everybody. You know, if we think one person is going to go to Washington, D.C., and all of a sudden everything's going to change, whether it be Bo or Fred or Bob or anyone else, it's going to take a while. We have to put a team together. Bo and I rode over here today. We're talking on the way over here tonight, folks. This next election is going to bring to us, I think, a quality of candidates we have never had before. I believe there's going to be more just plain old Americans elected to office than we've ever seen. What we need to have is someone who's going to be able to go to Washington, D.C. and pull that group together, somebody who's not afraid to take the heat, and as I said, grab the flag and run up the hill and stick it in the ground. Listen, we all love Ronald Reagan. Did you know, I told my wife, 29 years ago today he got shot. Where did those 29 years go? Where did that go? One of the things that's frustrated me, and one of the things that's made the Tea Party movement grow, is there are a lot of Republicans who are saying, where did my party go? Where did my party go? Well, that's what I've been asking for the last, I don't know how many years, last 8, 9, 10 years. Where did my party go? I don't want to say I'm a Reagan conservative because that's an overworked term. I'm a constitutionalist, as Ombre said, I'm a constitutionalist. And I'm going to stand on the Constitution. Smaller government, more freedom to people, liberty. That's the only way that we're going to be able to turn this nation around. It's not going to happen overnight. But we need to certainly put a stake in the ground and begin today. Thank you.